Good morning and welcome to Tash Talks, the live show. Welcome to episode 14. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it's episode 14. I hope you've all had the most incredible Easter break. And I would love to say that I did, but I actually got a sickness bug and spent the majority of the Easter bank holiday weekend in bed. But what I did really enjoy was just that me time, just that kind of really surrendering in. And before we kick off with the questions, it's something that I had some self-reflection on myself actually, which was how much we can actually surrender and how it feels. Now, what I found really interesting in is when it comes to, I have chronic back pain, so I have degenerative disc disease. So every single day I'm in chronic pain, right? And I just have a real tolerance now with my resilient and strong mindset that I'm able to maintain my day without it being a thing. What I struggled with, because I feel that that's in my control. What I really struggled with was because of this bug, this sickness, it was out of my control. Like I was literally not able to power through, work through, show up, however much every part of me wanted, because I do a huge Easter egg hunt at our house where I go all out. There's one for the kids and there's one for the adults, and they win big prizes, and it's just epic. And it's all the family round. We have this huge, gigantic Easter bunny. I decorate the house like it's a thing. And then we all eat together. So I was experiencing guilt on that Sunday because I take that responsibility of wanting to create the most incredible experiences for the boys that they never forget and create memories, and I wasn't able to do that. Now, what was really interesting is I had to look at it for what it was, which was, there is nothing you can do, Natasha. There's no power through, there's no pushing through. This is about surrendering. And don't you just love when the universe gives you these nudges each time to be working on yourself, and those constant lessons that the universe is going, okay, right, so you talk about this and you do this, great, but now I really want to see you surrender. Now I really want you to feel it. And then you've got to. So that was an incredible lesson, again, being learnt from myself, really kind of leaning in, looking in, and seeing where mind was perceiving attachment and meaning. That was incredible. And I felt so honoured and grateful to be able to have the tools of RRT, to be able to RRT myself through this experience and understand where mind and why mind was attaching meaning, and more importantly, how I was able to detach that. Like, that was a game changer for me. So that was my Easter bank holiday weekend. So I hope that you had a much more beautiful experience than what I did. So let's kick off. We have got some incredible questions. And, we've obviously having the time off with the Easter, it's kind of pushed back some of the plans that I'd got in store. But I just want to kind of give you a bit more of a recap in regards to like what to expect from Tash Talks. Like, this is going to go bigger, okay? So I want you to send in voice notes to Team NCC. Send in a voice note, and then what I'm actually going to do is play it. Then what we're also going to do is start doing calls where people actually get onto the calls. I'm also going to have guests on, whether we go on tour and we actually go there, like to that person's house, or they come here to the studio, like whatever it's going to be. It's going to be a vibe, or we do it on Zoom. Like, there is so much excitement around Tash Talks and where I kind of want it to go. It's so much. Okay, so let's kick off. Right, question 1. I am a very successful coach and created an amazing life that I love, but I can't help looking at other coaches thinking, wow, how comes I don't have that? Great question to kick off with. And I can, from my experience of my clients, I think so many people can relate to this question. So many people can, however much success you have created, it's very easy to look at other people and go, yeah, but I haven't done that, or I haven't done that, or I've been X amount of time in business and yet I thought I would have done this and thought I would achieve this. So firstly, I want you to ask yourself, those things that you're looking at, are they actually things that you want? Like, are they actually things that you want? Like, you're looking at these other people on Instagram, and don't forget, Instagram is a small snippet of somebody's life and it's a showcase reel. The majority of people, you can't judge somebody on social media. Just because you're really open and honest and speak the truth, that doesn't mean everybody else does. It doesn't mean people are going to show up on Instagram with not a scrap of makeup on, hair scuffed up, speaking the truth. Like, not everybody is comfortable to do that. Not everybody's done the inner work. Not everybody chooses to do that. And that's okay. So I feel like having some discernment here is really important to understand that what you are looking up to, like, is this achievable? Is this like the truth? Like, have some discernment around what it is that you're looking at. Is this something that you actually want, and is this something that's achievable? Which the majority of the time it absolutely is. So you mentioned then you're a successful coach, you've created amazing results so far. Then why couldn't you do this? Like, if this is something you're seeing on Instagram that somebody has done, it's achievable, and you want to do it, then why can't you? Which then leads me round to, from my perspective, is there's some stuck beliefs around what you can and can't have. So then that's really the work for you. The work doesn't sound like it's strategy. The work actually seems like, to me, we need to work on those beliefs for you, because the fact you think that somebody can achieve something and you can't, like whether it's a podcast or a book or a milestone, a money milestone, or whether it's a TED Talk, like whatever it is, I don't know what it is that you're looking at thinking, wow, they've created such amazing results. Because don't forget, there's going to be so many people that are on your Instagram going, wow, she's created this incredible business. Like, oh my God, she's so in love with her life. So don't ever, I think sometimes we can get wrapped up with this about what everyone else is achieving and what we're not, rather than actually look at all what I have achieved and how much people are going to be looking up to my life and what I can teach people on that. I think is really important. A kind of a rule of thumb, what I always say is, follow people that inspire you, show you what's possible, and also trigger you to do the inner work. So I would look at this, instead of being, oh wow, these coaches have got amazing results and why haven't I? I'd look at it and go, wow, that's incredible that, let's just do a podcast. That's incredible that they've just downloaded 150,000 downloads one week, right? That's absolutely incredible. Wow, that's showing me what's possible. Oh, interest. Not, oh my goodness, this is crap and I'm crap. Interest. Create some curiosity around this. Wow, this is interesting. This is showing me that I actually do really want to have a podcast. Okay, that's good. I'm going to detach away from the meaning of what I'm making this mean. I'm not good enough. I can't have 150,000 downloads. I couldn't do a podcast. I don't know where to start. I don't know dibba jabba jibba jabba jibba, right? And instead actually go, right, where is the work that I need to do on this? What's coming up for me in my beliefs, like here, like get out of here and here. What's coming up for me that gives me the opportunity to work on? What about if we looked at it with excitement instead of, oh my goodness, I'm never going to be good enough. I'm not going to, just because you don't have a podcast now doesn't mean you can't. Just because you've just done a podcast and you have X amount of views and you want 150,000 downloads doesn't mean that you can't. Where you are right now isn't your marker for life, because if that was the case, none of us would grow, none of us would build our businesses, none of us would be smashing our milestones, and like, it just wouldn't happen. Like, when I think about when I started my business to where I am today, wow, it blows my mind. If I think about where I am now, where I'm going to be in another 5 years, I think it's going to blow the universe's mind, right? So where you are right now is incredible, and you are exactly where you are meant to be. But let's just change the perspective here. Let's just look at it from the eyes of curiosity, the eyes of opportunity of, oh, this is of interest. What would be possible to do and feel good to have done? This is the perspective of RRT, so I teach my clients. This will change the game for you, okay? And I really feel like you've already created amazing results in your business. You're a successful coach, great. Let's freaking level this up. Let's bash through, shift through this bullshit that's holding you back. Look at the strategy in regards to, I'm just using podcasts, it totally, I have no idea what it is that you want to work towards, but everything you've achieved in your business would have been a dream and a thought when you first started or X amount of time ago. So great, mine now has evidence of what actually is possible. So why isn't the next level possible, and the next level, and the next level, and the next level, okay? I listen to you any chance in any platform that I see you on. I just freaking love you, and wow, your energy is just contagious. Thank you. I would love to hear your perspective on failing, as I feel I've been doing this 3 years and not where I think I should be, and I feel like a failure. Okay, just take a moment. I feel you. I hear you. I see you, okay? I just want you to know that first and foremost. We've all been there. We have all been there. Some of you listening to this right now might be here right now, might be feeling this right now. And I hope that whatever comes through me and what I'm going to riff on is going to help you. So what's my riff on failing? Very different to how I used to feel. I used to feel, and this is prior RRT, okay? I felt, and this is me just speaking my truth, last year I felt like a failure. And I really want you to release any judgment that you're going to think when I say this, okay? Because I know so many of you are going to be looking at me thinking, wow, you know, everything Tash has achieved, oh my goodness. And I don't want that. I want you to listen with this and hear me through the eyes of, wow, I'm so glad Tash speaks her truth. I'm so glad she said this because it's made me feel more at ease, more, you know, more normal. Oh my goodness, thank God somebody else feels like this. And I tell you why this truth is so important and why I'm always speaking my truth. I love to hear when my coach and mentor has had struggles, because what happens with success is our audience puts us on a pedestal, and on that pedestal it's we can't fail. Like so many of my clients say to me, oh, Tash, you probably won't understand this. No, not understand this, but you probably never experienced this. But blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, yeah, definitely experienced that. Definitely felt that way. Yeah, definitely feel you. Yeah, I've experienced that, or I've helped clients do that. And they're like, wow, oh my goodness, like, I can't believe, I'm like, yeah, we are in business, we're entrepreneurs. Like, there's this shit that's always coming up. And this is what's really interesting. I work with my clients that are starting their business, okay? And I work with my clients that are scaling their business to multi 6 figures and 7 figures, right? So a huge array of clients there. Guess what? They're all coming to me, they're all wanting to work on the same things. It isn't when you hit a certain milestone that all of a sudden you master self-belief, or all of a sudden you master your money mindset. Like, there's always things that come up, because when there's a different level, there's a different opportunity. There's new things that are going to crop up with your beliefs. I always use this example. When you're first starting your business, there may be, and don't take this on as your reality if this is not the truth, but there may be the money story of you can't make X amount of money, and you can't leave your full-time job, and you can't sign X amount of clients and get to 10k months, right? That's that money work to be done then. Then as you grow your business and you make that money, then it's, oh my goodness, I've made 60k this month. What if I lose it all? Then it's the beliefs around safety. Can this be consistent? Was this a fluke? Oh my goodness, if I don't make 60k or above next month, it means I'm a failure. It means I'm not good enough. It means, oh, I don't have a sustainable business. It means fill in the blank. So can you see, at 2 very different levels in business, we are still doing the same work, which is belief work. So I kind of digress, but the same work always comes up, because it's the inner game. So yes, that's what I'm saying. So last year, I felt the pressure of success. I felt the pressure that I'd built this business and hit these milestones. And I felt the pressure of being a present mum as well as being a badass businesswoman. I felt the pressure around personal stuff that was going on, how I was able to, like, the upkeep of the business. I felt the pressure of my team. Like, there was just, I felt a lot of pressure. And I felt like a failure because I hadn't hit a certain milestone in business yet. That's how I felt last year. That's me being truly honest with you. And until I found RRT and studied it like a freaking mofo and embodied it, and I was living and eating and breathing it, and I felt the transformation, I saw the transformation myself, then flowed that into my clients and saw the incredible rapid transformations, I was like, wow, how I was perceiving failure, like how I was perceiving the data that was going around me. I was giving myself such a hard time and having this pressure, like, feel like it was kind of doing this on me, and I'm like, wow. And then as soon as I understood this, how mind was working, how I was able to change that, was just like an absolute game changer for me. So how I perceive failure now, it's learning. I want to be failing. Fail, 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 because guess what? It's another opportunity to learn, to develop, to change, to adapt, to pivot. Like, this is the whole point of this journey of us being entrepreneurs and having our businesses. And, you know, if I hadn't failed as many times as I did, I wouldn't be where I am today. Because if you're not failing, you're not growing. And instead of attaching meaning, which I was doing, meaning to I hadn't hit this milestone and I'd made this much money, and then I didn't make this much money, and what did that mean when I made that, and then I didn't make that, what does it mean that I don't make this money? Like, all of this, as soon as I would release that attachment to all of that, and literally the disconnect from the meaning of everything, was when I actually created freedom. And when I actually created more growth, leaps in my business as well as in myself. So I feel like, you know, you've been doing this 3 years, but in the greater scheme of things, I'm sure if you were to look at things, things are working. Like, you're not failing. Like, think about you when you first started your business to like now, 3 years on. I mean, I can imagine the growth that you have created, how much you've learned. Like, describe failure. Like, what does failure actually mean? How are you failing? Because you're here right now. You're messaging me this question because you're not failing. You're not failing. So I feel like it's your perception around failing is what we would need to work on. And I feel like looking at it as an opportunity to learn, to develop, to grow, to do things differently. There's so many things in business that haven't gone the way I planned it to do. And guess what? I don't give up, because my context, my bigger vision of that I want to achieve isn't defined by one client saying yes, isn't defined by a money month, isn't defined by a quarter, isn't defined by a launch, isn't defined by how many people come to work with me. Like, that isn't what success is actually defined at. That may be your definition, which is actually then what we need to change, because that's where you're going wrong. And can you see it's all attached to validation? That's all it is. I'm not successful because I didn't make this much money. I'm not successful because I didn't fill out my launch. I'm not successful because my Q1 was this. I'm not successful because of blah, 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 blah. And instead, what if you were to look at it and go, wow, 3 years on and I'm still going, I'm still growing, I'm still learning, I'm still wanting to be better. So the way I see my job as a coach and a mentor is to help my clients change who they are. You know, so many clients think, you know, they come to me because, you know, they want to grow their business and make more money and create more of an impact. Yes, but the things that we do, they're like the knock-on effect. What we do is actually, I work with them to change who they are, how they think, how they see themselves, how they show up themselves, how they stay connected to what it is that they're about. Because once we do that work, that means they can keep doing their things with more potency, with more conviction, with more confidence, with more love, with more fun. And guess what? Of course that creates more money. Of course that creates more growth. Of course that has a massive, huge outcome from that, okay? But it all comes from doing that inner work consistently, showing up consistently. Everything that has happened has brought you to where you are today. Like, that led you to this. This will lead you to that. Remember that, okay? And I just feel like you just need to broaden your context when it comes to what success is, and that you've been doing this 3 years and maybe you should be at a certain level, maybe you should be achieving and doing and earning and creating this. And instead I would literally take the laser light off that and put it back on yourself and go, who do I need to be enable for me to achieve X, Y, and Z? How much unshakable belief do you have? Let's say you feel you're a failure because you're not at 30k months, okay? Who do you need to be? Who are you becoming in order? Because a 30k a month coach is very different to where you are right now in your belief system, thinking, oh my God, I'm a failure. I've been doing this 3 years. It should be here. It should be there. Switch the focus of that, because that energy is not going to serve you. That is not going to get you to the 30k months. Switch the focus on, who do I need to become? Where do I need to make those shifts in my identity? Because that's really the sticking point. You don't actually believe that you can achieve this because in X amount of time you haven't so far, which means that you never will. So be that person that's committed to, you know, just because you're not good at maths doesn't mean you're never going to be good at maths. Something I had to work through was, just because I'm not fluent and incredible at speaking in Spanish as Michael is, doesn't mean that I never will be. And really, is it beneficial for me to compare myself to Michael, who has been speaking Spanish from the age of about 6? Right? Absolutely not. I just need to compare myself to who I was yesterday, last year, how much I'm improving, I'm growing, how much I'm learning, how much I'm remembering, how committed I am, how much is it ingrained into my identity of somebody that actually shows up. It's all well and good going, I want to speak Spanish. Yeah, everyone's got dreams, goals and aspirations, but it's the people that are actually committed to it, that are consistently showing up as themselves in that identity of someone that speaks Spanish, is the ones that actually get the results. Boom. Let me just have a quick look at the comments. I really just started my journey as a blogger so I can stay home after my maternity leave is over. It feels like it will take forever to get out there, and I'm worried I'll have to go back to work because I'll fail. I'm in the beginning stages, but the setup takes forever. Okay, so there's definitely belief work there. So why does it have to take forever? Why do you have that belief that you'll have to go back to work after it? What if it all freaking worked out? What if it wasn't as hard as what you thought? What if this actually took off? What if you consistently took the action now, invested in yourself, learned exactly how to do it, stepped into that identity of someone that is a successful blogger? What if you've done that work now? So I feel like, don't forget, where focus goes, energy flows. So if your focus is on, what if it doesn't work out? What if I have to go back to work? What if I don't make the money? What happens if blah, 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 blah? Guess what? Your energy is so focused there. That's where the focus and the energy is going. So guess what? We can all tell what the outcome's going to be. What if you switch gears and go, I'm going to be so focused, laser focused and committed and standing in that identity of someone that is a freaking successful blogger, someone that takes action every single day. I have conviction, I have confidence. Like my baby is my reason that makes me go, I want to freaking do this. I want to change the world with my blogging. I am committed to that. What happens if you committed to that and your focus was that? Forget this. And your focus was this, solely and utterly this. I think you're going to see a completely different outcome, for sure. What is your biggest content hack? My biggest content hack is live your freaking life. Live it, embody it, enjoy it, like soak up every juicy moment of your life, your day to day, your moment to moment, and then document it. Then look for the lessons and then make it relevant to your audience and deliver it. Like that is my biggest content hack, okay? When you are so in love with your life, you're so in love with your life, your energy is true, it's potent, that will magnetize people to you. Your energy can't lie. People will just feel drawn to you, and like your content just lands with me. It just makes me feel, oh my goodness, yes, it's a hell yeah, oh yeah. That is my biggest content hack. You can focus on the hashtags, you can focus on what times to post, you can focus on blah, 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 but that's not really where your energy is. Your energy is in your life. Are you embodying what it is that you sell? My sole focus is to embody what I sell. My transformation is me. You want this energy, you want my perspective on life, you want to see how my way my mind thinks, how I'm able to create these incredible results, how I'm able to be so freaking in love with my life and my business every single day. Then come and join Conscious Coach. Come and work with me one-on-one. Come and join the Tribe membership site. That's my biggest content hack. Boom, shakalaka laka boom. I say this all the time, we overcomplicate everything. Everything we overcomplicate. Okay, next question. I'm currently experiencing a dip in my business and it's affecting my nervous system massively. Would Conscious Coach program help with this? Absolutely. Because in Conscious Coach, you're going to learn how to detach away from the meaning of the dip. It's not the dip. It is not the dip in your business that is creating your nervous system to spike. It is your mind attaching meaning to it. What have you attached the meaning of what this dip means? Business isn't going well, my clients are not paying, they're defaulting on their payments, I'm not attracting new clients in, I can't seem to make these big money mums, I made it back then but I never made it now, this means that something's not working, it means I'm not good enough, it means, right? They're all the meanings if not many, many more, that you're attaching to this dip. What if we just saw the dip as a dip? Like we just saw the pen as a pen, the paper as the paper. What if we didn't attach such an emotional response, an attachment, a meaning to this dip? I think you'd see things very, very differently. So in Conscious Coach, you're going to understand and learn how to neutralize money. This is the key for success. Why? Because so many people are chasing this. The big money months, the sold out launches, the 5,000 in 5 seconds, the no ads, the organic, the non-organic. Like, so many people are chasing this because this is what they think that success is. But what that means is when you look at your account and it's great and the money's good, you're like, I'm a badass. And when it's not, you're like, I'm shit, I need to give up. This is not even working. That will just lead to burnout. It will deplete you. It will damage your mental health. It will make you fall out of love in your business. You will not be able to come from a place of alignment and freedom and groundedness. And this sets my soul on fire. Doing things that actually serve you, that feel good. It's going to feel like pressure. And I want you to come away from pressure and I want you to go into pleasure, desire, feels good. That energy compared to that energy is going to get you two very different results. And the way we view money is it's external validation. We're badass because of this. We're freaking confident because of this. I'm such a great coach because of this. Whereas what I want to do is put the focus back on you as the CEO, as the entrepreneur, that you go, wow, okay, I am so neutral when it comes to money that the way I see things, when clients come to sign up and work with me, I'm so excited for them. I'm excited for our journey together. I'm excited and honored and grateful for them picking me over other coaches. Like, that's what I'm excited about. It isn't about the money that's in the account, because it's never about the money that's in the account. It's what you perceive with that money, as in what you do with that money. Like, money equals freedom, it equals choices, it equals growth, it equals giving back, it equals development of my business, of myself, of my team. There's so much, it's never just the figure. So it's more what Conscious Coach can teach you is about neutralizing how you view money. And I feel that will completely change how you then view your dip in your business. Because if we have real talk here, everyone's experienced dips. From someone that's starting off in their business, sign a client and then no client and then maybe 2 clients and then no clients, or 3 clients, 1 client, there's a dip. People that are having 6, 7, 8 figure businesses, right? All experience dips at different capacities, at different levels, yes, right? But I feel like the power is in just seeing it for what it is. And sometimes this is normal in business. Like, if you think about if you're pivoting your business model from one-to-one to group and you've never launched a group before, then of course your business may take a dip. It may not. So don't take this on as a reality. This isn't set in stone. Have I experienced dips in my business? Absolutely. When I've made business decisions regarding price points, my business has took a dip, right? During COVID, I decided to slash the price of the tribe to help everybody. My business took a huge monetary dip. Of course it did, right? Because I halved the money that was normally used to coming into my account, right? When, for example, I decided that I didn't want to do one-on-ones, I just wanted to focus on other areas of my business, of course, took a dip. Has it always done? No, because then, for example, I have not done any one-on-ones and I had more people join the group program. So the money then kind of stayed the same. Has it been where I've not took any one-on-ones on? Yeah. And have took a dip? Yeah. Have I made it mean something in the past? Absolutely. Do I now? No. Right? So this is the work. This is the work of experiencing these things in business and being able to navigate this. Right? We're entrepreneurs. This is what we do. We problem solve. We don't sit in the corner and have a pity party, because that's not going to build a successful business. Right? Okay, so last question. I don't have any big milestones I have hit or big wins or news, so I don't feel like I'm growing in my business. But you are, and this kind of ties us into the conversation we had earlier in the call. Okay, real talk here. It's not the big milestones and the big wins that equal the success. So get that out of your head, okay? Really, it's the staying power. It's being able to be plugged in without the external validation. That's the massive success. being able to expose, be vulnerable, see it for an opportunity to actually grow on yourself internally, you know, being about that person. I was doing, I had a one-on-one, I was voice noting one of my one-on-one clients, and I was saying to her about being that person, like be of that person, you know, be widen that context, be of that person that like decides no matter what, committed no matter what, that lives through it, the good, the bad, the ugly, the sad, the happy, you know, that it's having that consistency mindset that no matter what, it works out. No matter what, I'm committed. No matter what, I'm plugged in. No matter what, I know the results will come. And I feel like if you were to zoom, right now you're so zoomed into, you don't have the milestones and you not have the big wins to share, and, you know, and they're all incredible and they will absolutely come. And if you want to be, you know, that coach, consultant, or service or expert that shouts about it and gets balloons and like, woo, that's amazing. But also to get to that point, and those people that you see that are doing that, you know, or are shouting out, oh my God, like, I hit this milestone, my business, or I bought my dream car, or whatever it may be, that's incredible. But do not think that it was one thing that equaled this one big result. It was them consistently showing up. It was them consistently staying committed to themselves. It's them consistently staying plugged in to navigate through the good, the bad, the ugly, the sad. Because just because you're not seeing those moments in Instagram, like I said about, you know, some people don't always share these sides to it. They want to come from a place of power when they've come through it. Doesn't mean we're not all going through it. Doesn't mean like every single day we're navigating, every single day we're doing the work, every single day we're shifting, right? We're shifting the shit and we're stacking up the satisfaction. This is like my motto for Conscious Coach, right? We shift through that bullshit that's holding us back, those blocks, those subconsciousness, right? And we stack the satisfaction, what's working, what's good. So I feel like the whole kind of theme of Tash Talks today has really been about widening that context of where you are right now, where you want to get to, and where you are going to get to. Because it's in those small daily steps that you are taking that gets you to those results. But it's really about enjoying, savoring this process and this journey. Because what you don't want to do is just hustle to get to this big milestone, and you get there and you get the balloons and you're like, woohoo, and you got the most amazing Instagram feed, and then it's like, this doesn't feel as I thought it was going to feel. Because I had a split second where I was like, woohoo, go me. And then I was like, shit, what if I don't do this next month? Oh my God, this doesn't feel safe. Oh my God, I've just made all this money and then I've had to pay this out and then I had to pay this out. And then, oh my goodness, what if my family start asking me for money? Now I'm making X amount of money. What, right? Because you don't feel safe. And when we don't feel safe, we self-sabotage. So of course, then the following month, because we've self-sabotaged, you then don't hit that. And then that becomes a whole big kind of rolling down a very steep hill into your beliefs and your feelings, your emotions, and what you're making it mean. So what I would say to you is, what if you were to enjoy this process, this journey, the day to day, the moment to moment? Like, that's life. These big, like, snippets that you're seeing on Instagram are just a snippet, a small snippet in somebody's life. You may think it's wow, right? But it's just a small snippet. It was a moment. You know, think about when you get engaged, right? And the picture goes up on Instagram, and that was just a small, if I think about my life, and I think that was just a small, incredible moment in Paris, absolutely, the Eiffel Tower, incredible. But when you think about the greater scheme of things, like, it was just a small part of my whole journey. And if your whole lead up to that is, I just need to be engaged, because being engaged means I'm safe, it means I'm secure, it means I'm loved. Guess what? You're going to get the engagement, you're going to get the ring, you're going to get the Instagram picture, and then what? And then what? You haven't enjoyed all of that time up until that point. You didn't enjoy all those times that you were single. You didn't enjoy all those moments of like freedom and the, oh my goodness, the working on myself, and oh my goodness, the dating, because you're so focused on that end goal, which is like, just get a ring on my finger, that you're missing all of that beauty. And then what happened? It just becomes like in a hamster wheel, the rat race. Just need to get married, just need to buy the house, just need to have the baby, just need to have another baby, and it's like, whoa, you're just rat racing your whole life. And you could use that exact same example in business. I just need to get to 5 figures. Just need to get to 10K months. I just need to get to 20K, 30K, 7 figures, 8 figures. Okay, why am I still not happy? Why don't I feel safe? Why am I not enjoying the process? I've been in business 20 years now and I don't even enjoy any of it. Rein it back. Zoom out. Enjoy every single moment. Savor it. Think about it as if you're enjoying the most incredible, delicious, freshest dinner ever. Enjoy that moment of eating it and the taste going into your taste buds and enjoying that wine or that water and savouring it. I want you to think about that day to day in your business. Staying committed, staying plugged in, staying consistent. Have the conviction. Widen the context. Go all freaking in. And that will wrap up Tash Talks, the live show. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please do put into the chat box any light bulb moments, any takeaways for you, anything that you were like ahas. Of course, you can DM the team, Team NTC, they're in here. Literally put in your questions and then they get picked for next week's session, which I'm very, very excited about. Now go and make a difference. Go and create an impact. Go and make that decision to yourself that you're going all in, commit. Conscious Coach, our live calls start next week. The Facebook group is just open. We're all starting to do our welcome videos. So DM me if you would love to come and join this incredible group of women that are going to absolutely completely transform in 6 weeks. It's going to be epic. This is you and you want to master the inner game. You want to work on those unconscious beliefs that are keeping you stuck. You want to regulate your nervous system. You want to have neutrality when it comes to money and success. You want it all to feel in ease and flow and you want to savor the moment. Then DM me with the word Conscious Coach and let's break in and go. I love ya.